Hi, everyone. Zoom was telling me no. Then Google signed me out of all of my accounts. Also, my incredible, lovely, wonderful, I don't deserve him, 16-year-old. I asked him to turn off the one light because my office is across from my bedroom. And like, I don't like light. I need noise, but don't like light. It's whatever. But so I asked him if he could just turn off the light in my office, which includes just simply like there's a light switch connected to the one bright purple light. And instead, he unplugged everything in nooks and crannies that I'm not great at getting into, and furniture will need to be moved. He is a tall yet wiry, um, slender thing. And so um, I am using my Minnie Mouse selfie light. So if the light seems intimate, that is why. Let me take my background off. Mercury retrograde is retrograding, babies. So it's just a funny week. It was a funny, weird week, right? So, and I actually got in the sun yesterday for the first time, which felt really good. We all need that vitamin D. Just saying. Okay, let's get in the chat. Hello, you lovely people waiting for me. And, I've been making promises to myself. I've been getting up earlier. I've been getting on my walking pad. And yet I was sitting here at 1:27 and my time, and just one thing after another. The lights weren't working. And so hopefully this is sufficient. No diva likes bad lighting, but we do what we have to do to get people the astrology and the tarot. Okay, let's see. Hi, Alicia. Hi, Juan. Hi, Maricela. Hi, Armando. Hello, hello, hello. Okay. Hi, Michael. Um, obviously I look at, this should be a lot brighter. I look at the astrology ahead of time. I don't wait until we're doing this and then surprise myself, whatever. This week I'm gonna do I'm gonna do another video on Tuesday. I'm gonna really dig into the new moon. Lori Rivers is also right now on her Patreon, the Awake Space, and doing new moon prep. I am going to talk about how to make new moon water and how to use that when it's a good lunation to do that. Hi Tina, and I'm going to also talk about like the moon through the houses, the stuff I do, whatever. So I'm not going to go too much into the new moon because this new moon is opposite Pluto. It's transformational. It's incredible. It's a great moon to harness. But if we weren't even having moon opposite Pluto, if we weren't having a new moon in general in fiery, like time to step into your self, Leo, this week anyway would have, if it had a soundtrack, it would be da, 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 da. Yeah. So we're going to go through it. I'm going to try to be as swift and succinct as I possibly can be. It's my Gemini Mercury and my unbridled enthusiasm to bring you all this stuff, because what do I want you to do? I want you to ride it like a fucking pony into your empowerment. So you're going to hear a lot about stuff going on this week all over the internet. And some of it is going to be like not great for some people. Those some people are people who have chosen to put themselves in the spotlight, who have wanted the power, who have wanted, not naming names, but you get that. I don't want you to listen to that. I do want you to listen to that because it's popcorn worthy. And go listen to Lori Rivers on her TikTok, Patreon, wherever you can get her. Quite frankly, it's one of the things that I will always feel like I have lucky girl syndrome because I have proximity to that brain. It's just like a gift every day. But go, of course, go listen to her. This week is a little popcorn worthy. However, on a very personal basis, what it means to you on an individual level for things that you can control or you can do anything about, that is where it gets good and juicy. And I really want to share that with you. We're going to go over the week and then I'm going to draw cards. I'm not going to do new moon cards. I'm going to go through each sign, but I'm going to concentrate. There's a really interesting challenge being presented to all of us this week, no matter your placement. And let's just get into it. I'm going to fix this one lighting though first. Did I mention Uranus is trying my Uranus? I'm always clumsy as fuck. I am the girl who wants to walk into a room in the right dress and turn all the heads. And I will turn heads, but mostly because I've knocked something over with my hip and it makes a big noise. Let's see. And I'm comfortable with that. I'm here for the brains and the comedic relief. I'm at 55. I'm very comfortable with that. Mm-hmm. All right. Let's I can laugh at myself, you know. Sorry, 3 other things that weren't just would not do their normal setup. All right, we're going to share the screen, share the astrology. So let's go to today. This weekend's kind of just been magical and really great and really, for me, it's been really soul satiating and lots of love, lots of deep conversations. And you know, you may have felt that as well. There's a couple really interesting things today, right? The moon is conjunct Uranus. It's in separation, which means it's leaving. I'm going to give a very quick, because it's so important for this week's astrology. I'm going to give you all a very quick, let me pop out the chat. I'm going to give you all a very quick lesson about what we mean when we say applying or separating in astrology. And forgive me if you've been my client or you've heard this before, but applying is like driving to the job interview or the first date, where you haven't seen each other in a while and it's just like butterflies, right? It is that palpable, frenetic, like the what is going to happen, what will happen, you know, will the interview go well, even though I'm prepared, will, you know, will they like me or just not like me? What can happen? Will, you know, will, and I mean, I think we're in 2025, so I'm pretty sure we're at the point now where it's not about whether you'll like them. We don't pay that much attention, is or whether they'll like us. It's whether we're going to like them, or within 5 minutes, do we get an ick factor and want to get back in our car and run away from the date, right? So it's that what is going to happen. It is that applying energy. It is the same energy you may feel on the way to the job interview, on the way to the date, right? When it comes into an exact degree of either conjunction, squaring, opposing, trining, sextiling, that is like the hello, right? That is, there's still a little, there's that energy is there, but as we move past the hello and we understand what we're dealing with, we start to move into separation. Now, you may still be excited about the job interview. You may still be excited about the date, but as you're driving away in your car, you're not as nervous, right? You might feel hopeful. You might feel, all right, that was a dud, but you kind of know what to expect. That separating energy. So if that helps, applying is on the way to the job interview or the date with all the butterflies or nervous knots, and separating is it just holds less static. It holds it's still there, it's still in effect, you're still having thoughts, there's still, you know, after effects, there's consequences for what everybody said during the job interview or the date. Things can still happen, actions can still take place, things can unfold, but it's not that built up energy. So with the moon, as I speak, separating from Uranus, that nervous energy or that excited energy or that surprise energy. I had quite a few surprises this weekend. But last night, especially while that moon was heading towards Uranus, I was moderating an event for Matilda, and she said, if you want your camera on, if you want a reading, keep your camera on. Well, I have a job to do, so I'm moderating. So I kept my camera off, and no surprise, on her birthday, my mom came through with spitting details, spitting facts. Like, there's no way Matilda could have known any of that. We don't have private conversations. So that was a surprise, and it felt like a lot of love. And now I still have that warm, fuzzy feeling of love, but I don't have that like level of Uranian lightning excitement that I did last night when that moon was in application. So you might still be dealing with some things that you didn't expect. I got a text I didn't expect, but it was really nice. Now this moon is moving towards Venus. So by tomorrow, right? So last night, there might have been a little nervous energy. Today, there might be excitement, but less nervous about it. Tomorrow, we have a conjunction still applying, still kind of really juicy between this moon and Venus. Now in Gemini, this is the aspect, this is the transit of the sapiosexual. Whatever you want that not just strokes you physically or emotionally, but mentally, that thing that runs its fingers over your brain in just the right way, that tickles it, that satiates it, that feeds your intellect, right? I always used to say, like, you know, starve the unhealthy part of ego and feed the intellect and the soul, is really when the attraction goes past the point of physical. When we have this aspect, you're going to be in constant thought of what it is you want, what it is you want to attract towards you. What do you want your life to look like? The thought of it, the languaging around it, the communication around it. You're going to want to communicate it, whether you're communicating it to yourself or anyone else. Now, at this point, Jupiter is kind of unaspected here, but keep in mind, all last week, all this week, all next week, and for a while, we have these crazy outer planet conversations going. So we have Pluto at 2 degrees, we have Neptune at 2 degrees, conjunct Saturn at 1 degree. All of that is in retrograde. So it's time to re-examine, rethink, so where, especially with the moon Venus, where you thought that's not in the cards, that's not possible. I don't know how I'm going to get from A to B. I know I kind of want it, but I'm going to pour water on that fire, because there's not a path forward, right? There's hard, pragmatic Saturn, right? There's things that would have to be transformed. There's boundaries that would have to be moved. There is pragmatic hard circumstances that I can't just move out of the way as much as I might like to. With Pluto and Neptune and Saturn all in retrograde, and having a conversation with Uranus in Gemini that's going, wait, hold on. Look, here's another way. Here's a second way. And then the moon conjunct Venus. And I had left out the best part. Mars and the moon Venus conjunction is applying on the way to the interview, on the way to the date, with the excitement and the motivation. How motivated are you to be on point on the way to an interview? How motivated are you to be on point on the way to the first date? And if you're not motivated, why are you going? Stay home. The action, not only the action, but hits the bullseye action, because it's Mars in Virgo. It doesn't really miss because it cares so much about not missing. So we have these two mercurial signs. We have Gemini and we have Virgo. Now, while they're squaring, that just means, guess what? There's a challenge and you're here to rise to it. That's what all of this is for. That's what all of this is for. That's why I share, not to make you go, ooh, I'm going to hide under the covers. Mercury is in the microwave and blah, blah, blah. I'm trying to put it into terms that's easy for everybody to understand and then go use. So the outer planets are all conspiring, right? And we conspire with our action, with our free will. That's what Mars is about. But I promise you that Venus, if it was just the moon in Gemini, that can maybe overthink. And I love a moon in Gemini. My dad was my person who also said hi last night. And he's a moon in Gemini. My oldest son, moon in Gemini. One of my favorite people, moon in Gemini. Many of you, moon in Gemini. I love a moon in Gemini. And one of the most, as a Cancer and an Aries that feels all of her feelings too much, my loving advice to all of my Gemini placements always is, you cannot think your feelings. It's healthier to feel them, even though it feels safer sometimes, Nikki, to feel them first, right? To think them first. But if we stay in the thinking mode and we don't go into the doing action mode, it doesn't get us what we want from the things that we're already feeling and thinking. With Venus here, and the moon that's applying to Venus, I promise you tomorrow, you're really going to be motivated to take an action. This is where the challenge is, right? So we can say, yeah, I want it. And yeah, I've been thinking about it and I have feelings about it. But I don't want to make the move unless the move is perfect, unless I execute it and somebody can give me 100% guarantee that it won't go wrong, that I won't miss. Can't do that. And as I mentioned, Mercury is in the microwave again. It's retrograde. It's retrograde in Leo. So if we're worried about how, the beautiful thing here is, while that's not really talking to anything, I know it kind of looks like it's talking to stuff, but it's in retrograde. It's not really making a sextile because it would be in the applying. It's applying to the North Node. It's applying to the moon really first, but in such a wide angle, because we would go from this Mercury all the way around. Remember in membership how I taught you all to calculate your moon phase from your natal chart? You can't, if the moon is here and the sun is here, you can't go from there to there. You have to go all the way around. So that's really what it looks like. But we love that. We love that for you because it won't have you overly concerned in your thoughts and in your communication with how do I look when I say this. It'll be more about, what is the end goal? What do I fucking want? What's in my head all the time that I'm not executing? This is excellent motivation. A square is always going to challenge you, and you always have the free will to rise to it. Now, on top of this, we see the sun is at 29 degrees. I will do an extensive full moon, new moon in Leo and go over lots of stuff for all of you on Tuesday. And I will probably go live again Thursday on the new moon. And then membership on Wednesday. If you're not in membership, just check it out. I have lots of members in here, but we will go over member charts. I will be looking at members charts for that new moon because it holds a lot of potential for whatever it is you want later because of all the other transits and what the planets are doing right now. So I want you all to have, I really value all the membership and people in membership. So I want you to have what you want in life. So I want to help you to get it by giving you little mini reads for the new moon. So that's for membership on Wednesday. Mark your calendars. It'll be 6:30 p.m. Eastern. As we go through the week, of course, now the moon will move past it's just an interesting week because it starts off conjunct Uranus, then it goes conjunct to Venus, and then we start applying to the Jupiter in Cancer. Now, whatever you thought about, whatever you made designs for, hey, Farfully, whatever you made designs for, whatever you made plans for with that, and whatever you put action to, because that is on you. I want you to have what you want, but I can't go get it for you. That's you. So whatever it is that you want, now we're really going to feel protective of it. We are going to attach ourselves from Sunday to Wednesday into Thursday when that new moon hits. We're going to attach ourselves in our brain first. Did you ever get attracted to somebody intellectually? They open their mouth or say something, or they phrase something, or you have a conversation with somebody and you're like, yeah, I want to also boycott that. I have this information now and it has changed me and I can't unknow this information. When you spend Monday through Wednesday and a little bit today really sitting and marinating in that thought, and neuroplasticity, we're making new pathways. We want this now. We feel it. It has moved from our brains into our bodies and we want it. And now the Jupiter in Cancer with the moon in Cancer is going to feel almost protective over it, and big feels. And while that isn't really having a whole lot of conversation, it's having a very inconsequential semi-sextile, which is a little annoying. It's going to require a little action still. But we still have Venus and Mars most of the week in that square. Saying, let's go get the bag. Let's go get the person. Let's go get the life. Let's go get the house. Let's go get the whatever. Meanwhile, the whole time, the outer planets are conspiring to help you. What are we rethinking? What are we re-examining? What are we restructuring? What are we re-exploring? It's a gorgeous week, personally. You have to go do the things though. But you can do it. Spend from now until Wednesday making a plan. And then wrong way. Right? So again, these are moving together, square and challenging you. What do you want? Let's go get it. Now it's like I don't want to say brain worm because that's associated with Gravel Voice guy. But now the moon is heading towards that new moon position, right? It's in that balsamic. It's probably going to ask you to rest. You spent Saturday and Sunday maybe a little excited. You spent Monday and Tuesday deep in your thoughts, your feels, your actions. Now I want you to rest just a little bit on Tuesday night. Let the planets planet, let the transits. And then we go into this new moon, which I'm going to do a whole thing on for Tuesday. I would love to do it tomorrow, but I'm booked and busy like I like to be tomorrow. So we're going to have this new moon. And oh, look, what's on the other side of the seesaw? Pluto in Aquarius. So this moon is talking to Pluto. This moon is talking to, it's in a trine with Saturn and Neptune in retrograde. And it's in a lovely sextile with Uranus. We're going to talk about it on Tuesday. We're going to help you go get the thing, get the person, get the bag, get the job, get the life, get the comfort, get the health. Okay? We're going to eat and leave no crumbs by the end of this week. I'm going to be toxically encouraging. That's not really a thing, I don't think. Maybe it is. Who knows? I mean, you could encourage somebody to do something bad, but obnoxiously encouraging this week. Prepare to be sick of me. All right. We are going to go over. I think I'm going to have to go live on Friday and do another quick mini just for the weekend, because I feel like that's enough to give you from now until Thursday, because there's so much happening. And don't forget, this Mercury in retrograde lets you re-examine, restructure. Listen, if you got to do paperwork, you got to do contracts, your car breaks, you need a car, go get the car. Just have somebody else overlook the paperwork. Expect delays. Expect none of your lights to turn on. Expect Google to lock you out of all your accounts. So you have to start late when you can't really start late today because you have appointments later. What do you want? What are you willing to get? What are you willing to do to get for it? What are you willing to do to get it? Yeah. The Mercury in retrograde is going to start letting you think of maybe it isn't hopeless. All those planets in retrograde are going to show you ways to re-examine. And yes, with Uranus involved, sometimes things are going to happen in your life that are going to feel like maybe they are shaking things up. But Uranus is our friend. It moves things out of the way that we're too fearful of what's on the other side, that we are too nice, people pleasing, whatever the case may be. It moves things out of our way that for whatever reason we haven't yet. It helps us align with that life where you're comfortable in your own skin. That's the goal, right? To not have to go get dopamine hits places that aren't good for you or that are so temporary that you feel like you need more. It distracts you from the things that you can build and be that don't have you looking externally for the dopamine. That's the thing. You can do the dopamine. You can be high off your own supply. Oh, I love this week. Okay, let's get into the tarot. Do I have any quick questions about anything I just said? Because I said a mouthful, as I usually do. Lord, give me the chat. Okay, I'm just going to get into the tarot because, I have a busy day. And last night was an interesting night, and I was up late, and we have things to do. good things, astrological things. By the way, I'm just going to share this. I'm not a morning person. I don't love it. And I spent at least 2 decades working like 3 jobs at times. Not because my first job wasn't awesome or I wasn't paid a livable wage, just because things would happen and I would need to work 3 jobs, right? I have found a new thing that I say to myself in the morning now when I really don't want to get up. And I think, well, I could just do that later, knowing full well that I'm going to run out of energy by like 6 p.m. So if I don't food prep for the night, if I don't do a lot of things, I'm just going to start to wind down. And I'm doing everything I can to make that not happen. But anyway, let me share. So the other morning, I just thought about a vacation I want to take, or a place I want to go, or a person that I would like to give something to. I need money for that. Right? So that costs, it costs money. Normally, if I thought about a vacation or something like that, it would just make me think, oh, I wish I was on vacation instead of here, which is anti-dopamine. It's anti-motivation. It's just, and instead I thought, let's get up and go get our bag. Like it is that simple. Like, not that I don't know that every day, but all right, sis, let's get up and get our bag. And that had me up, feet on the floor. I ended up cleaning, detailing the entire kitchen and doing 4 things before I even went to go make my coffee, where normally I struggle to the espresso machine. It's a Mr. Coffee. It wasn't expensive. I wish. But you know, I make my whole health drink in the morning and blah, blah, blah with my coffee and that. And then I wait for that to hit to make me feel alive. I did a whole video about, oh, is that just in membership? I think it is, about code switching and how we talk to ourselves and neuroplasticity and all of that good stuff. If you're a membership and you haven't watched that, go watch it. And I just thought, I'm going to take some of my own damn advice. So if you can't go out of bed, if you can't get out of bed and you're just feeling like, here's the rat race again, just try the simple phrase of, all right, let's get up and go get our bag. Sis, bruh, whoever. Right. Right. I'm waiting to take my lion's mane or my cordyceps or my tyrosine or my turkey tail or my NAD or something to kick in, my electrolyte drink, which I regrettably did not bring in here with me. Something to like get me going. And then the other day it was just like, oh, I can say shit to my brain and it's instant dopamine and it's instant, I'm up, I'm going. The thought of deconstructing the thing I need. I already know I don't need other people to make my life happy. Hey, TMKC. I already know that I am responsible for my own joy. I already know these things. But now it's starting to be a deconstruction to the point where I don't need the coffee to wake up and start the day. I need the supplements for other reasons, but it's not the thing that I need to function. I can feed myself the words. Mental espresso. I just thought I wanted to share. I don't like to gatekeep anything that I find that helps. And I'll tell you, I drag my ass out of bed every morning. Woo. Aries, I'm going to do a whole other thing for the new moon. We're just looking at what support tools, what will help you, because you're going to be thinking, obsessing about the thing you want. What are the support tools to help you take action. We'll take one card for what needs to get moved out of your way and one card for support. Thank you, Juan, my love, with the timestamps. Okay, Aries, the sun. The sun isn't just happiness. It isn't just a bright, sunny day. It is a major arcana. This is a major thing. So when I see the sun come out for Aries, don't wait until you can, gloat. I'm an Aries moon, so I'm going to talk my shit. Okay. So don't wait so you can gloat and be like, look what I did that you told me I couldn't. Don't wait for that to be the only way that this can result. Quiet success is still success. And let your haters be your motivators. Like those who mind don't matter, and those who matter don't, those who matter won't mind. Usually like to wake up and then stretch like a cat and then get, I wish I was like that. That's you and your fucking crescent moon, Juan. Sometimes I'll be envious of a crescent moon. Okay, what's the support? Queen of Pentacles. There is somebody, ooh, Aries, there is somebody in your environment, in your family, in your friend group, somewhere, that is a stable person, and they have care and they have love for you on whatever level that love is. They are ready to support you, possibly financially, or just say, go do what you got to do. And if you need a safety net, you want to go fly on the trapeze. Woo. I got you. So it feels like that. It feels like there's a safety net, but don't wait until it's so perfect. Don't take that Aries in Virgo, right? And don't forget then the Mercury is in Leo, which is the sun. Don't wait until whatever it is that you make sure that you can show it off to everyone else. And that might be about, what it looks like to other people. I don't even think that you care as much, Aries, because you're more about the advocation. But you like winning. I think I just made an office Jim from the Office face. Okay, Taurus. How are all my Taurus doing? By the way, that reading was good for Aries, Sun, Moon, Rising. I don't care. Listen, if you like it and it resonates, I love it for you. First house, Aries, Sun, Moon, Rising, blah, blah, blah. Taurus, Sun, Moon, Rising. If if it feels, and your guides will get you to the readings that you're supposed to get to. I'm hearing Slim Shady. I just settled all my lawsuits. You ready? I don't know who that's for. Taurus. I need a Taurus, some kind of placement in my life. I'm saying that. I'm surrounded by fucking Taurus. Both my kids. But I need somebody who's like the gardening Taurus. I need some cucumbers. We are having the cucumber conversation over at Awake Space this morning. Okay. What garden cucumbers? So what's in your way is it's the Five of Wands. There's a conflict, Taurus. And this could be too if you have like strong second house placements. There's a conflict. It's probably been going on for a minute. And you may want to let it go, who wins and who doesn't win. I'm not saying Taurus placements can be stubborn. I'm not saying that. I am saying that why? I'm saying that the thing holding you back is who wins. And I want to say this to Taurus right now because your support card is fucking amazing. Um, uh, whoever you're fighting with here, you can't win enough for them. You are wasting your time digging your heels in, digging your hooves in the bowl. You can't win with this person because you could win. You could win the lottery. You could win the relationship that you've been waiting for your whole life. You could win a promotion to king of the world or queen of the world or whoever of the worlds. You could win a contest that you're the smartest, best looking person in the world. And all 7 billion, but that motherfucker votes yes. And they still will be like, you're a loser. I win. You are whoever this is, and I feel this so strongly, Taurus. You win by getting to be you and disconnecting from them. You win when you don't want revenge on them anymore. Ooh, that came in strong. Your support card is the Empress. Let me tell you something. The queens, the Empress, I'm waiting for the High Priestess and the other queens to come out. There is a lot of community available to us right now. While the authorities are trying to take that away, the support, communities are showing up. A lot of these communities are out of nurturing. The Empress here, she is the amalgamation of all four queens. She sits in her power, but not to use it against people, to help empower other people. Again, there is a female Taurus placements. There is a female probably, but it's just a nurturing energy. Could be a man. That is your support. This person doesn't want you to put them on a pedestal. This person doesn't want you to think of yourself less than. That's the whole thing. This Empress wants to talk you into understanding that whatever level you're thinking you're at, you're just wherever you're supposed to be. But there is a female in your midst, Taurus. I don't even think this is about money. And there is something about money here involved, the finances. But this is the person in your life that knows the whole secret and truly lives it, and not just they don't just talk about it, they are about it. The whole I don't chase, I attract. That is a support. And when you start focusing more on that support that's there and that vibe, because you can't, and I'm saying this to everyone right now, can somebody timestamp this moment? You can't be in I don't chase, I attract. You can't be in your best manifesting physical, mental, spiritual body energy when you are so worried about revenge, whether that's the revenge of shoving it in their face that you're living your best life without them, or that you could do better without them, or whatever the revenge is, whatever that is, you cannot be in both. And universe will take care of the other stuff if you are just focusing on you. But like the I don't chase, I attract, when you're chasing revenge. Bitch, I said what I said. Thank you, Maricela. I'd rather be famous instead. Whoever that is, I don't like them either. I don't know who that is for you, Taurus. I understand the motivation to want to be like, How you like me now? I get it. I understand it because I can feel that person. I don't like them. I don't like them either. One time I thought about like, I'm pretty good with my words. And I thought about having a business where you hit me up and I send somebody a strongly worded email. But it's not the energy I want to be in. You know, if Lori needs me to go deal with somebody in the comments, I mean, I'm not saying I don't enjoy it. Only because somebody came asking for it. You come calling, I will answer the door. But I don't want to be like, I don't want to go looking for that. Okay. All right. Geminis, how you doing? Gemini, sun, moon, rising, third house placements. If you like it, I love it. If it resonates, take it. If it doesn't, doesn't. Don't take on stress. Don't take on anxiety, Gemini. You probably invite enough, and I love you. Okay. We have the Hierophant upside down. This is very clearly what's in your way is you want to not go through proper channels of something. You would rather worry later if like it's an issue. This is a beg forgiveness instead of ask permission kind of thing. Listen, Willy Wonka, if you just flip it, reverse it, not Missy Elliott. I'm literally seeing Willy Wonka and he's saying the whole take that, reverse it, flip it, whatever. I know it sounds like Missy Elliott. I don't mean to. Take that Mercury retrograde and find a different way to say it so that it's almost like however you ask for the permission, the answer has to be yes because you're going to word it that way. You're Gemini, you can do that. Get the consent, get the whatever it is. All right, my cards are mixed up and that's just going to be what it is. Okay. What is the support, Gemini? New service at Suzzy Evolutionary. No, I don't. I'm not going to say I didn't Cyrano de Bergerac and write some text for some people for a lot, like, not since I've been doing all this, but, for friends and colleagues and whatnot. I have constructed a lot of communication for people's that I loved. Okay. And then what's interesting is as a Gemini Mercury, there is one person I need a letter of recommendation. I need anything that is, I like like whatever. It's always fire. So I'll defend myself, but like if I need something like perfectly worded, that's my person. That's who I go to. It's always, don't try to bite the whole thing off at once, Gemini. Start small. If you are not passionate about it, stop it. If you are not fully passionate about it, Gemini, stop it. You're going to put a lot of energy. There's so much opportunity this week. There is success to harness. Ride it like a motherfucking unicorn into the sky. Like that's such a sentence for Gemini energy, right? If you do not really, really want it and you think, or you don't think you can have the thing you really, really want, so you're going to do this thing instead because you can multitask, right? Your duality is on fleek. Just, yeah, you got to love it or else no. Make sure you love it. Stop putting energy into the thing that you feel like mediocre about because that'll do for now. Stop putting energy into the thing you feel mediocrity about because it'll do for now. Cancer. What's your sign? I'm a Cancer. I did have my coffee. Started on Harataki powder. I'll let y'all know how that goes. I'm feeling like the cat that ate the canary today. And I'm limited on time. Cancer, there is something all right. So listen, it was the moon card, which to me is like truth. And this is when it's in the upright, it's like a truth coming out. There's something you're not saying. There's something maybe you don't want to be vulnerable about. Cancer. Cancers do not like being vulnerable. That's why there's a crab shell. That's my song. Yeah, I know. I get it. Trust me, I get it. You're going to have to say the thing. That's what's holding you back. That's what's holding you back. Maybe Tuesday when we have that moon Jupiter, it'll just Tuesday night into Wednesday. And then you'll freak out because cancers have Gemini placements. Then you'll freak out, but you'll be okay. You're going to be okay. Oh God, the King of Cups keeps showing up every time I shuffle. All right, what's your support card, Cancer? Strength. It's the card for Leo. This is okay. If you've been following me for the last 5 years, or at least 3 or 4, here's something I used to say all the time, and I have not said it in a minute. We are most strong when we can stand fully in our vulnerability and still be strong. That is the PhD of strength. That is the masterclass of strength. To be strong in your most vulnerable self. I gotta say, as a Cancer, this fucking happened this week. Keep doing it. You're gonna have to say the thing. I know you don't want to, because it says you don't want to. But to get the most out of this Leo moon and your life, Cancers don't love being embarrassed. They don't mind being embarrassed if like they fall down or they spill something on their shirt. They'll be very like, that's life, I'm real, right? But they don't want to be emotionally embarrassed. Sideways. Okay, we're not having this conversation anymore. Pivot. Leos, which a new moon this week. I have another rebooking. I have to say, that's always so flattering, and I'm kind of used to that, like through my own, like the bookings that I've been doing through myself. But I've been having a lot of rebookings through the Awake space for the astrology, which is the only place I do astrology now, and the consults, and it feels really, really good. It also means people are getting good information if they're willing to rebook. And a lot of that is Lori, because she has just been, like I said, the proximity to her is, there's not a price you can put on that. Okay. What's in your way? Leo, we have the Three of Swords. Listen, this is not a fresh wound, and you are healing it, but like you got so far into healing it, and it's like when you heal something and you're like, I'm healed, I did it, I'm over that. I don't cry anymore over that person. I don't get anxiety anymore over like that situation or that potential situation, but what you're not doing is giving yourself an opportunity to see what it looks like. Because that part can be ugly. I did a little ugly this week. Little ugly cry, little ugly, got away with myself in my head because I'm a human. And that happens because it's part of the growth process. But you like put this on hold. There's somebody around you, Leo, who looks up to you, who's watching. And they're also full of ideas, and they're also full of they're a little bit full of that spit and vinegar that you feel like you left curbside when you had to heal this thing. There's somebody kind of inspiring. They don't want to skin you and wear you like a coat. They don't want to take over. They don't want to be you. They don't want to appropriate your intellectual property or any other thing. But they are inspiring, and they will probably remind you a little bit of you. Maybe before this new moon on Thursday, I have that childhood walkthrough, so that you feel safe, seen, acknowledged, to truly go all the way back in the water and not sit on the beach and go, look, I healed everything. I don't need to go in the water to prove that, though. You do. You need to stick your toe in there. It's also like a change of crowd, Leo. Somebody around you is a little bit misery loves company. And whoever this newer person is, they're going to remind you what it felt like to have zest, for the things that you just feel like, oh, nope, can't fool me into that again. Want to change my cards. Virgos, how y'all doing? Mars in your sign. Bet you're getting shit done. Bet you are getting shit done. Virgos, sun, moon, rising, sixth house placements. Leo reading was good for strong fifth house. The Gemini was good for strong third house, and Cancer was good for strong fourth house too. If you feel that you're a Sagittarius, but that sun is in the fourth house, you might relate to Cancer readings. Here we go, Virgo. Okay. Virgo, and don't forget to go, especially my Virgos, don't forget to also go check when Lori does lives on the Patreon. It will be there later for you to re-listen to. She will upload it. I know she's recording the podcast today, but she also did a whole thing on the full moon, the new moon prep. Why do I keep wanting to call it the full moon? Because I keep thinking about that full moon in Aquarius, which is a whole, we're not going to even get into. Okay. The thing that's holding you back is you feel like you have to be the spiritual leader. And if there is not like spiritual perfection, Virgos, if there is not like, if you don't move forward with everything you've learned and not repeating any mistakes and being like I want to say like not a moral authority, which would be kind of Virgo, but like a spirit. Listen, other people can be watching you. You are not responsible for how they want to perceive what you're doing anyway. You could do everything perfect and somebody will perceive it wrong and go say, I did what you did and it sucked. Celebrate your expertise the way other people celebrate their mediocrity. Stop. Like you can't be, right? In all moments, you cannot be the spiritually perfect person where you're a leader. Like, woosah a little bit. The perfection, and don't let it hold you back. Not when you have Mars in your sign, not when it's making that incredible conversation with Venus, in both ruled by Mercury, which you could do in your sleep. You could do in your sleep. Don't sleep on it. What is supporting you, Virgo? What is supporting you, Virgo? Sixth house placements. some kind of little bit of money, some kind of partnership, something that's going to be like, this is a seed of stability. And I mean, real fucking stability. I mean, like stand the test of time stability. And it's going to come from universe. I can't tell you who or how it's coming, but it is coming, and it will, before the end of this week, there'll be something. There'll be something. When we get the Ace of Pentacles, it's planting a seed. It's a gift. Whenever you have an ace, the hands are kind of coming out of nowhere. It's because it's universe saying, yeah, here's your confirmation and you're doing the right thing. Here's a little bit of support. It could just be money. You could get one of those emails from your bank or whatever that says like, hey, do you want like $1,000? Do you need $1,000 for an influx of cash? Do you can go get something printed or get something done or buy a piece of office equipment, or that's the last of what you needed for a down payment because you need a new car or something. I mean, I'm gonna say too to the Virgos, if you that is you, if you have 6th house placements, if you're strong Virgo, you may wanna. I'm not listen, I'm not Preskin, but it wouldn't hurt to play the lottery. All right. Especially if you're like an Aries rising that has some Virgo placements, because that is, yeah, yeah. Okay. Libra. You got the Scorpio death card. I love this for you. It's a rebirth. Now, you may be thinking nothing's in my sign. Where's the transformation? Pluto and Uranus are trining in an I love you more unrestricted flow. There's no way Libras are not feeling the transformation right now. Please take notice. I love this card. In the, here's the Grim Reaper in its cloak, cosplaying as a baddie when it's really bringing us new things. What is that? That is the sun shining behind the trees. It's psychological transformation. You have to fix your mind first. Go if you are in membership, or if you want to join membership for $3 just so you watch the video. I'm not even gonna lie, the code switching video on there. You can't see the transformation or the death card as a, oh my God. Okay, Libras, we have the 3 of Wands in your support card. This came out sideways. You may get a choice to redo something. You may have like doubled down and said, I'm going to do this and I'm going to do it this way. You're going to get a choice. And it felt like you had to sacrifice other things, that you're going to be able to redo something which makes sense in all this retrograde energy. Scorpio, how you doing? I have a lot of you in here. But you all feel better now that Uranus is off your jock, off the seesaw. It went and sat on Sagittarius' seesaw. Though if you're a Scorpio with early Sag placements, you're probably still feeling that a little bit. If you are not a Scorpio with early Sag placements, you're probably like, probably feels better. Okay. One, it says you're number one. Number one. Ace of Swords in reverse. Okay. The thing that's blocking you is you're not using your intuition. You're using all this other stuff. And if you're a Scorpio, you're probably really fucking smart, because Scorpios want to dive deep into everything. And they also just love the mental playground, right? They like to, you're probably fucking smart, but you're not using your intuition. That is what, that is your block. What's your gut saying? Get out of your head and get into your gut. If you're a Scorpio with anxiety, because you also have Sag placements, sometimes your gut, you feel like, I don't want to go to my gut. my gut is dysregulated. Okay. My gut biome is a fucking nightmare. It is an Edgar Allan Poe whole kind of vibe going on down there. It's not good. I don't want to stop telling me to use my gut because my gut is not my friend. Go get some digestive enzymes, watch a grounding video. There's one on my channel from 2 weeks ago. And learn to use your intuition and trust your gut. I love doing Scorpio readings because I can talk to you like that way and no one's offended. What is your sport? Scorpio. By the way, you know, nobody has just one kind of placement. If you've got Venus in one thing, Moon in another, Rising in another, and Sun in another, you can listen to all the readings and then synthesize what it's trying to tell you. So like for me, I would be listening to Cancer, Virgo, Aries, and maybe Leo, but also Mercury because that's chart ruler. Okay. Ooh. Scorpio. Came out sideways. This is the Seven of Pentacles. Upside down, this is your wait is over. That means the wait is almost over. Something that started a long time ago that at some point you were like, fuck this shit, because this is clearly not happening. You maybe even abandoned it at some point. It's like bubbling at the surface. If you would use your gut, never more will they trust their gut. I love that. Oh, look at my dry shampoo. This is an Edgar Allan Airbnb someplace, and I'm so mad because I didn't clock what state it was in. I have to go look it up. I've been reading Poe since I'm 10. Pluto on the ascendant. Yay. It's a dark little Cancer. In the 70s, they just called that weird. Okay. Right now, parents have a kid like that, and they're like, look how fucking cool my kid is. But I was just a weirdo. Sagittarius. Something's supposed to be done. This has not been comfortable. And you're trying not to think about it. You're literally doing it's not happening. Which sometimes Sag can do. I love Sag. Live for a Sag. My Aries moon, live for a Sag. Let's go have a good time, sis. Right? But whatever you've been ruminating on and you're like, la la la, I don't have to pay attention to that. Let's go be crazy. Let's laugh. Because this is coming up as your block card, if it was coming up as like what's coming up, I would say, oh my God, that thing is almost over. There, I don't know what. Rip the Band-Aid off. Rip the Band-Aid off and then go have a good time. Go play game night. Go do something with the Sag energy. But oh gosh, Sag, that's in your way and you have the power to just go, not in my way anymore, because that is your block. What is your sport? Hello, Shauna. There is a Venus Mars square all week. So the astrology poll for this is one card that is what can you move out of your own way? And the other card is where is the support to help you go get what you want this week? Because that new moon. Okay. This is such a Sag card. I love this for you. It's 2 of Wands. It's traveling. Kevin, you want to go see the world or you want to go to Sea World? That's for somebody. Sagittarius doesn't play big. You're run by Jupiter. It doesn't play it small because you're run by Jupiter. Whatever the thing is that you would rather not have to make a choice for. I'm telling you, if this week you make the choice, you open yourself up. And also, I feel like whatever decisions you make this week, you're going to have to do something uncomfortable and rip a band-aid off. But there could actually be, well, I want to say like a 2026 trip for you, someplace like that you want to go. Somewhere only we know. I don't know what song that is. Somewhere only we know. Somewhere only we go. I don't know. There's like a person and a thing. I got to tell you, Sagittarius, the whole CEO kiss cam thing flashed in my head. Sag, there is somebody that you would rather be with, but like if you just, oh my God, it's ugly and messy if you disturb the other thing though. Yeah, but if you do, you're going to have to make the choice, partner. All right, Capricorn. Now he's number 2. I don't know if you guys saw. That's I always tell Shauna, you can manifest anything with your words. She'll email me about a serial killer, and then that's I don't know who she's talking about, and then it's on my TikTok. And I say, come get your FYP, girl. And now she just said, give me 2 wands, and he went from number 1 to number 2. Just saying. Capricorn. You're trying to bring something back that shouldn't come back. You want to fix it. You want to make it better. You don't like it. That was not something you could bring to the top of the jagged mountain with you. It has no reflection on you, Capricorn. Let it go. Don't drag the dead. I talked about Capricorn, I think I want to say like 2 weeks ago. Don't drag the dead body. Or is it for the full moon? Don't drag the dead body up the mountain with you. That's dead weight. Let it go. Let it go, Elsa, with your winter Capricorn ass, because stop trying to bring it back. Stop. Listen, I'm a ride or die, but once it's dead, it's on do not resuscitate. Take a lesson from your other person on the other side of that seesaw. Yeah, Cancer is the do not resuscitate. Once it's dead, it's dead. We do not, now it's on DNR. We wrote it until it was dead. We wrote it good and hard till it was dead, Capricorn, and now it's dead. Leave it there. Leave it in the graveyard. Your support is weird, Capricorn. You have an 8 of Swords. This can be overthinking and anxiety, but for you, I'm going to tell you, there was like a genius idea when you were maybe spinning a little. This could also be for 10th house placements, maybe spinning a little bit in the situation where this is not coming back from the dead, nor does it belong there. Go do your thing. There's some kind of idea or lightning strike, probably when Uranus was with the moon, the last 24 hours, or applying to it, or the last 12 hours. And you're supposed to follow that and let go. Stop trying to drag the body up the mountain. Aquarius. Bologna sandwiches and Gilgo beef. It's not a sign. It's not a tumor. It's not a sign. One email later. That's certain people have certain powers about speaking things to existence. It's that power on steroids. All right. Aquarius. This is interesting for you because this moon is in your opposite sign and we have Pluto in your sign. So much change. You're changing slowly though, and you're ready for it because you are progressive. Page of Swords. 2 things. 1, you're getting misinformation about something. Don't get caught up on it. If your instinct tells you that it's misinformation, it is. Somebody who really is talking with their full chest, who thinks that they know what they're talking about, albeit very well-meaning, does not. They're a little bit in warrior phase, which means they want to be maybe where you are, so comfortable in what you know and you don't know, and like the whole not caring and being detached from other people's opinion, which is really, really healthy. But they really want your good opinion, but it's a distraction right now. And I think if you want to help them, you're a helper, you're a humanitarian. But don't and they may need the Aquarius, they may need the reassurance from you, because that feels like you might be the person who the opinion counts the most for them. Yeah, you can't. Don't do anything with the information they're giving you. Look, you got your card. It's the star card. Okay, so when we get the star card, it is healing and it is also wish fulfillment. I mean, honestly, there's something you're healing and transforming nice and slow, because gentle is sustainable. And you might get something you want this week. Aquarius and 11th house placements. I kind of want to take that from myself. My 11th house Venus, because Mercury is about to touch it. And I know what I'm doing with that. Pisces. Pisces. How y'all doing? Well, shit. Okay. I'm redoing that because it all, hello, Mrs. Pickett. Nope, I'm going through, I'm on Pisces. This is for the astrology for the week. If you go back and watch the beginning, then you'll know exactly what your reading is for. I'm about to pull a card for Pisces for what is in your way of fully using. Go get your bag, go get your person, go get your whatever it is that you want. You can go get it. You can go, ooh, you could go get it this week. So I'm looking at what you can move out of your own way and where the support is that you may not know. Okay, what you can move out of your own way is anxiety. No, say it's not so, Pisces. You never overthink or worry or get up in your head at all, because that would be Neptunian. Oh, wait. Stop finding problems for every solution. And also, I love you, Pisces, because you're all beautiful. Hello, Sparkle Mints. All right, listen. You know what it is. I'm not dropping bombs here. There's something you could go get. You could go and sink your teeth and your right? And give it all that romantic, poetic love. We just did Neptune in membership. Did we? We did, right? Was that, oh my God, was that yesterday? This weekend, man. Sometimes when we're up in that amazing 5D, whatever you want to call it, subatomic. Pisces can go subatomic like fucking Ant-Man in a hot minute. But don't do that in your head, babies. Don't do that in your head. Don't do it, babe. I love Sid and Listen. Okay. Your support is the Scorpio card. So A, if you know a Scorpio, it's death and rebirth, it's transformation. You gotta let something go. You gotta let something go. You do. I know it feels scary and you may have an emotional attachment, not that Pisces would ever. I got a shit ton of 12th house placements, trust me, and Neptune ruling my 7th. I know all about attachments. And I'm a Cancer. So I did all my work on that. But listen, Pisces, there is something incredible in that hood. You gotta stop overthinking it and figuring out what could go wrong. Just do it. Listen to me. We'll be back here on Tuesday for a new moon video. I will possibly go Thursday live for the new moon. And also I will be in membership on Wednesday doing members chart reads. If you're interested in membership, this is a good week to join. And then there is crazy amount of content. We're going through the planets. We already did the houses, blah, blah, blah. And I do personal reads for memberships, little quick mini ones. Okay. I love you, know you love you. I'm off like a prom dress. I gotta go work. And yeah, take it all in. And I can't wait to see how we're all gonna go get what we want this week. All right.